Mm-hmm.
Good morning. Good morning. This session here will be in English, and we will start the Spanish one at 10:45. So if you are on here, this will be an English session. We will be going over information on reassessments and the end of the semester. We're going to give you updated information on seniors, college classes, summer school, and in addition, a bit of information of what next year might look like, along with other events that we have here for you to be aware of. So with that said, I want to start off with reassessment week. Our students had the opportunity to reassess these last 2 weeks with teachers, giving them the opportunity to make up their classes, improve their grades, and do one last big push with them in order to ensure that our kids are passing and graduating or moving on to the next grade level. However, we still have the week of June 9th and 12th, which is next week. And what our team is doing is going to be to focus on students who by Monday are still not passing. We're going to try to do one last push with this particular group of students to ensure that we can get them to pass, to graduate, and to move on to the next academic year with the correct grade level. So that's been like our last push for the last 2 weeks, along with next week. And our last school day would be June 12th. If by the 12th there are students who are not passing a certain amount of classes, good morning, our counselors will be connecting with students via email to inform them of summer school. I know our counselors have already began that work. They've emailed our students with information from Options for Youth, which is going to be where they will be taking online classes to make up any course that they did not pass with us this semester. There will be a parent meeting after June 12th to provide you more information around summer school if your child needs to attend during the summer. I will stop there to see if there are any questions, whether it is from next week or summer school, or just in general, anything within these last 2 weeks that we have left, or 1 week and a half, 1 week and a day. So I'll stop for a minute and see if there are any questions around reassessments, summer school, and grades. And if not, I will continue on with more information. All right, in the meantime, then I'm checking the chat to see if there are any questions. I also want to name that we will give students the opportunity to take college classes over the summer. The classes that will be offered is Child Development 1 and Music 116 offered via LACC. If students are interested, the deadline to submit applications is today by 2 p.m. I know our counselors have sent that information via email. I highly recommend that if your child wants something to do over the summer, wants to become competitive for college, and wants to stay busy, that they enroll in one of these 2 classes, if not both. They can take both classes over the summer, which will be an opportunity to keep them engaged and busy over the summer. If interested, as mentioned, today's the deadline by 2 p.m. If they need any type of support with applying, please connect with our counselor so that we could support.
I was going to add for the college classes, they can also take additional classes aside from Child Development and Music 116. There are classes being offered through other high schools. So that list was sent out to students. Ms. Castillo sent out that email. She sent out a few emails. If they have any questions, have them connect with Ms. Castillo today as soon as possible so they can get the application in before 2 p.m. We also shared this information with parents via Parent Square. So again, Ms. Castillo is the point person for college classes for the summer.
All right, so this information here is for senior parents. So for senior parents, we have sent this information out to families, but also to students. Technology and books need to be returned. The 2 dates that we have here for us is June 8th or 9th between 11 and 3 p.m. The two things we ask is that students please sanitize and wipe down the technology and the books, the iPad charger, and that they place them in a plastic bag prior to dropping them off at Tajima, either the 8th or 9th between 11 and 3. On this day, students will also have the opportunity to pick up their cap and gown. So they will drop off technology and books and also pick up cap and gown.
This is for seniors.
And this is for seniors only. Students who will be returning with us in the fall, 9th, 10th, and 11th graders can keep their iPad, and we will not be collecting them over the summer unless a student's not returning with us for the next academic year. Let me see there. Is there a question? No. Awesome. So we are also having an award ceremony for seniors virtually. We will recognize our valedictorian, salutatorian, high honors, principals, awards. We will also recognize students who got scholarships and just different recognitions throughout the year. So this is a great opportunity for you and your family and your child to join us. It will be on Tuesday, June 9th from 6 to 7:30. So please join us. We would love for you to be there so that you could see the celebration. In addition, as mentioned, I know we've sent this information out. We have our drive through graduation. The date is June 10th. And we have sent out different appointments for families so that they could sign up and join us on this date. We have a good amount of students who have signed up. We highly encourage you to join us. This will be a very special event. We will recognize students as if they were to be in a stage. We're going to have a stage set up for them. We're going to name their name, their college, give them their diploma cover, and some other goodies, along with opportunities to take pictures. We are going to have a professional photographer here who will be taking pictures and who will give you the opportunity to buy those pictures right after the event. So it's going to be very special, and we do wear masks for the safety of others. For parents, we ask that they remain in the car. However, from the car, you will have the opportunity to take pictures from there. The student will be able to cross stage. You will be right in front of the stage and given the opportunity to take pictures. But know that we will have photographers here who will be taking pictures as well. And you will be able to purchase some of these pictures. We also ask that if there are any flu-like symptoms at home and we're not feeling well, we ask that you just not participate in this event for the safety of others. Students, if they bought their cap and gown, please wear your cap and gown. And if you did not purchase the cap and gown, dress up so that you can take your pictures on this date.
We also encourage parents and families to partake in the celebration, decorate your cars. People have asked if they can have balloons on their cars and banners or any of that. So it's completely up to you. If you want to bring air horns, whatever you want to do to just kind of cheer on your student as they're walking that stage, and you just want to celebrate them as well. I believe there were some questions. Do you want to finish that last
Yeah,
one?
let me just finish just the last item around seniors, and then I will answer the two questions that are on there. So after our drive through graduation, we also have our virtual graduation that's on June 20th from 3 p.m. We are going to be sending information, the link, so that you can share with your family members, your friends. We're trying to make it special, and this will be an opportunity to celebrate all students once again virtually. For diplomas, they will be available over the summer. Typically, that's when we receive them, and we will ask students to pick them up. We will share that information with you once we get that information. So I will stop there. I will take questions for any of the senior information, and we'll answer some of the questions that have been posted here.
Okay, so the first question was, can I still drop off the tablet if the child is not using it as soon as the 9th grade? If you're not using it, you're welcome to drop off the tablet next Monday and Tuesday between the hours of 11 to 3. That's completely okay. We still ask that you sanitize it and bring it in a plastic bag. So that's completely okay. If the student will need it, possibly in the fall, or they don't have access to the device, we ask that you just keep it and hold on to it. The follow-up question or different question was regarding the summer classes from LACC and whether or not they will be credited. all the classes that we offer in partnership with LACC, we ensure that they are UC and Cal State transferable. So the 2 classes that we offer are UC and Cal State transferable, and students will receive credit should they go to a UC or Cal State. If they go to a private school, every private school has different guidelines, so that would really be up to the private school. Another question about the air horns.
I think they should be okay, and they should probably celebrate with us. So we hope that everyone's as excited as we are to celebrate our students. We will have some of our teachers will be present as well, and they will be here cheering on students.
I think our neighbors will hopefully come out and join the celebration with us. There is a question about yearbooks. So yearbooks, we were hoping to have those ready and available to distribute at the drive-thru graduation. Unfortunately, we received a notification from our vendor this week informing us that production has been delayed due to everything that's been going on, and we will not get them until the end of June. So as soon as we have those available, we will inform you guys so you can come and pick them up. It broke our heart to hear that. We wanted to give that to you as soon as possible, especially during this last week of school. But unfortunately it is out of our control, and we will just do our best once we do get them.
All right, so now I'm gonna move over just to I know a few parents have called the school and have asked information around re-enrollment and what that will look like. They are doing a different system where parents are able to re-enroll and update all their information via PowerSchool. However, we're setting that up, and we will also give parents the opportunity to come to the school site by appointment over the summer. We haven't yet scheduled that, but we will provide you with more information as soon as we get the details. In addition, we will be offering and selling uniforms during that week as well to give you the opportunity to buy uniforms if you would like to purchase them. So I know we've also gotten a ton of questions around what the next academic year looks like. So I'm going to share, although the final details haven't been fleshed out completely, and that's because we are just getting updated as we go, and we're following policies that we have to follow. So I'll give you the information that I have. So as a school, I'll name that we are following the guidance of the district and the local public health authorities. We will be under the preconditions that public health authorities have cleared schools to reopen facilities, and that our school site is able to meet the baseline measures to ensure the health and safety of scholars and staff. So currently, as a team, we're working on 2 different models. We're working on a virtual model, and we're working on a hybrid model. A hybrid model would be an opportunity for students to come to the school site in cohorts and small groups, but never again 100%, not never again, but not 100% from the get-go. So we are doing those 2 models. We're developing them. We are following the guidelines. We are working on a 25% model where students will come in, where only 25% of students will come into the school site in the hope that we will eventually grow and eventually be where we want to be. However, like I named, we're following the guidelines. I will not know until probably mid-July, just because updates keep coming in, things keep changing. So I cannot give a definite answer around, like, are we starting virtually? Are we starting hybrid? Probably not until like mid-July or even beginning of August. So this is the information that I've gotten. As much as you, I'm sure I keep asking, like, what does next year look like? Just because I want to start planning, start working, and start doing the work that we needed to do. But what I've been told has been, like, you have to work on 2 models right now, which is 1 virtual and 1 hybrid, so that at the beginning of the year, they will inform me, like, hey, we're starting hybrid, or no, we're starting virtual. Or if we do happen to start hybrid and for some reason we need to transition back to virtual, we're ready for to transition to a virtual model. As mentioned, as soon as I get more information, we will update you and keep you in the loop. I know that Alliance sent a survey to parents to kind of engage them as partners and identify, like, how do they feel about sending their kids back to school? Do they feel safe? Do they not? What does the home look like? And we're using that data across the Alliance to plan for our return. We also send surveys to students. We use the surveys from our teachers and staff, and we're also, as mentioned, following the guidelines from health officials to ensure that we make the best decisions for all. I know we want our kids back and we want them to learn in person, but the safety of every student is the most important to us. So I just wanted to give you, I know it's not a lot of details and it's probably not what you would like to hear, but I'm giving you as much as I know so that you are in the loop and are aware of what's going on. So I'll stop there to see if there are any questions. I'll add that over the summer, I'll continue to have these sessions to keep you in the loop, to give you information, to give you the opportunity to ask questions. But as of now, this is as much as I have for you. I will pause to see if there are any questions, whether it is around finishing the semester, our seniors, summer school, college classes, and the next academic year. If there are no questions, I'm going to just give you information on a few events that we have that are upcoming. So I'll pause for a few moments to see if anyone has any questions. In the meantime, that I just pause to see if there are any questions. So I'll have Ms. Salazar share a few of our upcoming events that we're having so that you are aware.
So we have, today is going to be quite an eventful day for Tajima, and we have a few events lined up for parents and then for students. So starting with today, we do have the coffee with the principal right now. We have the Spanish session starting at 10:45. And then later on for parents, we have a webinar led by our social work interns around the disaster relief assistance for immigrants, which is at 2 p.m. So for any family members or any community members or anyone that you want to share that information with, it is a webinar and just more information around the disaster relief assistance for immigrants, and that will be at 2 p.m. today, and it'll be led by our social work interns. Now, for students, we have 2 events today that were put together by a counseling team. As we know, 2020 has been a really difficult and challenging year for everyone. We've had a lot take place this year, starting with Kobe Bryant's death at the beginning of the year, a global pandemic, students adapting to distance learning, and then recently we've seen a lot of civil unrest as a result of ongoing racism and police brutality. So we want to provide a place for students to reflect, to process, to share their feelings and their thoughts. And our counseling team will be holding a place today, a safe place to have those conversations at 12 p.m. today. We're calling the event Real Talk, Reflecting on 2020. And this is specifically for students. We want to limit it to students so that they do feel they have a safe place where they can feel heard and they can essentially just have a dialogue and process all of this together. So that is today at 12 p.m. Later on today at 4 p.m., our school psychologist, Ms. Navarro, will be holding a webinar around social-emotional learning with a focus and emphasis on depression, anxiety, coping skills, and self-care. That will be at 4 p.m. And those 2 links for the Real Talk and also for the social-emotional webinar have been shared to students via email, so they have that information. And last but not least, for all of our 9th through 11th grade families and students, we also want to celebrate our 9th through 11th grade students and all of their hard work throughout the year, throughout this. But for now, please save the date, Tuesday, June 16th, award ceremony for 9th through 11th graders.
So someone asked, when are senior grades due? I've heard they are due today, but also June 8th. So essentially, reassessments are due today. However, given that we are giving time for our teachers to grade, they will be grading over the weekend, and grades will be turned in on Monday, the 8th, for seniors.
And then just to add on to that, we did inform seniors that we will be pulling a grade report on Monday, June 8th at 12 p.m. And whatever their grades are at that particular moment, that will determine whether or not a senior graduates with honors, high honors, or the principal's award. If a grade goes up after that June 8th deadline, it will not have an impact on whether or not they graduate with honors. So we wanted to share that just for transparency and so that seniors know that as well.
So someone asked, when does summer school start for students that need to make up a class?
It is in July, and I'm getting you the exact date right now.
Mm-hmm. And we will also, as soon as we get that information, we will be sharing it via Parent Square. We will post on our Instagram. And as mentioned earlier, our counselors will have a session after June 12th, the week after June 12th, so that you could get more details around summer school. But Ms. Salazar will be giving you information right now.
Yes. I was going to mention for summer school options for youth. So what we did, we submitted the names of all students who had a class that they needed to make up over the summer, including classes that they may not be passing right now. So students received an email directly from Options for Youth already with their login credentials. So if your student received that email, it is likely that they may need to take summer school if they don't pass a current class, or they might have had a class in the past that they needed to make up. And the start date is July 6th. It's going to be for about 3 weeks. So given that it starts July 6th, we will connect with all of you once final grades are in to let you know whether or not your student will need to take it.
And yes, summer classes will all be online, and they will be through Options for Youth. So it will not be with our teachers directly. So I highly encourage our students to do their last big push this week and even next week, if possible, to ensure that they don't have to do this over the summer and that they take college classes instead.
Yes, and I wanted to add, college classes are also completely online. They will look differently from what our online classes look like. So for the college classes, students will have to be logged in live in a Zoom meeting with a professor, paying attention, responding to questions and all of that. So that is the expectation for the online college classes offered through LACC. If you cannot drop off the materials during those hours and dates, please connect with Mr. Mo. We can add his email address so that we can
see what other options there are. I know on this same date, we were also passing cap and gowns. But if there is a conflict and either you or your child cannot stop by, please connect with Mo and see what other opportunities we have.
There was another question about the AP scores. So for AP scores, we finished AP testing. Today is the last day of makeup AP testing. So it was challenging. It was different. And I'm really proud of our students for advocating for themselves and persisting. In terms of sending AP scores for free, love that question. You would go on College Board. You would indicate the attending college that you want them to send it to, and you need to do that by June 20th.
And then you have Miss Lisette here who added Mo's email. If you need to get in contact with him to reschedule or to have a different time frame to drop off books and iPad, we highly encourage that if you can, that we come during that time frame, just because since our school is not open and we're not really supposed to be open, we're opening for a set of hours only to do what we have to do with our students. However, if there's a conflict for whatever reason and you truly can't come, connect with Mo. I'll see if there are any other questions on here. If there are no other questions, then we will close off today with a huge thank you for your support this entire semester, the past years, but in particular during distance learning. It has been a challenge. It has been a lot of work, but none of this would have been possible without your support. So I want to thank you. I also want to let you know that I will stay in communication over the summer to give you updates as I get the updates so that we are all on the same page about what next year looks like. We want to make sure that our students are successful next year and that we can provide everything that they need so that they can do well. Someone else.
So the date for the celebration is Tuesday, June 16th at 6 p.m. for 9th through 11th graders. In terms of the email for summer school, if you did not receive an email or a message regarding summer school, it's likely that your student does not need to do summer school. If you want to add their name on here, we can have counselors connect with you and follow up with you to let you know whether or not you should plan for that. But know that for sure, once grades are in, the final grades are in next week, we will do one more check to ensure that any student that needs to make up a class is doing so, and we will connect with all parents.
Thank you, Mr. Castillo. Really appreciate you and the support you have provided throughout these years. Then someone wrote, is there any program we could engage in case our students will be enrolled for AP subjects that is free when it comes to assessment?
Can you clarify that question, please, Ms. Ronquillo? Is there any program we can engage in case our students will be enrolled? So for the AP classes, I just wanted to add for AP classes, we had that application open up. We shared that information with parents and with students earlier in the semester. We informed all students of AP decisions after we reviewed the applications with all teachers and all staff. Students were notified this week whether or not they were accepted into the classes that they applied to. We did want to share that the AP exam cost and contribution from students and parents has increased for the upcoming year. This year was $15. Next year is going to be $35 per exam, and then the school will pay the remaining like $60 for each exam. So in terms of preparation, some of the teachers might assign a summer assignment to those students. It really depends per AP class, and those teachers will be reaching out, but we also encourage students to reach out to the teachers so that they are prepared. The AP exams have never been free. There has always been a cost, and unfortunately the cost keeps increasing. There used to be state funding to help with that. That is no longer the case, so that is why we have asked families to help with the contribution. Each exam is $94, $96 for every single exam. So if a student is taking 4 AP classes, it's almost $400. We're by no means asking the family to pay the $94, but given our current state, we are asking families to contribute a portion of that, and for next year will be $35 out of the $94 per exam.
Yeah, unfortunately, given like the cuts and given what happened this year and all the cuts that schools had, we don't have all the funding to be able to support students to pay that fee. So that's why the cost has increased for the AP exams. But as Ms. Salazar mentioned, we're not asking the entire, for parents to pay the entire fee, which is about $90.
And just to add to that, I know it is $35, and that can add up, especially when a student is taking multiple AP classes. But on the other hand, it's also, if the student passes the exam with a 3 or higher, it's also saving you hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, because that is less classes that they have to take when they're in college. So it's definitely a great opportunity and investment. And for that same reason, I would encourage everyone, if their student has the capacity and ability to take summer college classes, please have them do that. The college classes are free for students in high school and any student in K-12. So have them take advantage of that so that they can save money, save time in the future, especially when they're in college.
Right.
Okay. So this is
the end of today. Once again, I want to thank you so much for joining us, for being here with us, for supporting this entire semester. It has been hard. It has been a lot of work. But just for context, I actually want to name, just because I was looking at the data with my admin team yesterday, we have only currently, as of yesterday, only 5% of NPs. So that is huge. There's not a lot of kids who are not passing, and we're still doing one last big push. So I am thankful not only for our parents, but for our staff who have been doing amazing work to get our students to pass. So thank you all. I appreciate you. If you're a senior parent or a senior student who has joined us this morning, please encourage your friends to attend our drive-through graduation. We are definitely trying to make it very special for students, and we would love to congratulate them and say our goodbyes at Tajima one last time. So thank you. I will stay in touch, and have a great day.
We'll stick around a little bit for any last-minute questions.
Don't make me cry, Mr. Castillo. I'll stick around for a few more questions. Thank you all for joining. Really appreciate you. Awesome. I know, me too. Yeah, so please come, guys. We all hope to see you here at the drive-through graduation. Encourage your friends. Currently, we have about 60% of our seniors signed up. And we're a little bummed out that there's not that many students joining us. So please share the information. We want to make this very special. We have treats for you guys. It's been 6 years, Mr. Castillo.
8 years.
Oh, 8 years. I'm blind. Yes, I'm like 6 years. Where do 6 years come from? I hope you continue to join us here next year, even for our events.
All right, everyone. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a great day.